All right, so I've heard Popovich. You've heard these two salvos, these two missives he's fired at Golden State. Pop ain't happy.
No, he's not.
He's saying it sounds like to me, he may not be saying the Warriors are cheap, but Zaza's cheap.
He definitely was saying Zaza is. I mean, he went back in the past and, when he was in Dallas and all that. I don't think it was a dirty play. Obviously, it's a foul because you're supposed to give the guy landing space, but this is a 7-footer who's not used to guarding people on the perimeter like that. It's a closeout. I think his momentum took him into Kawhi. Your timing has to be perfect I'm going to make this guy land on my foot.
Give me your last.
And he's clumsy as it is.
And he was facing the other direction. You have to be so talented.
I think how many times in the course of a basketball game do you run the risk of landing on somebody's foot? All the time, whether it's a jump shot, whether it's a rebound. I mean, I think it was a freak injury.
Grab your phone right now. Do you have a phone?
I left it in the back.
Okay. What did people text you?
I was just texting with an assistant coach earlier, and he said that happens a lot in closeouts. You're supposed to give the guy room to land, but when you're closing out, and you turn to kind of box, even though it's a three-pointer, your instinct when you play basketball is to kind of turn the box a guy out. And if granted, I'm playing rec ball, but I back into a shooter after he's shooting because I'm trying to box him out.
No, you're one of those guys.
No, it's not dirty. I
hate guys
and
like
if you got beef, then let's go.
Popovich is a very interesting guy, though. A little bit of a hypocrite. He had Bruce Bowen for years. He has always
Thank you. That's a great point.
He's always been Belichickian, where,
because the coach I was talking to actually said, I don't think he pulled a Bruce Bowen. There you have it. And Bowen, and I love Bruce, worked with him, but Bowen was known for doing that.
Of course. By the way, Boris Diaw was a guy. Certain guys make this league
based on craftiness.
But there's guys that make the NHL because they're tough guys.
Yeah.
Belichick has guys, they're coachable. They make New England because they're coachable. James White's not lighting anybody up. You know why Belichick likes him? Because he could say, listen.
Pop is the exact same way. Players have told me a player who goes there and is going to talk back to Pop and, not just go along with the company line, he's not going to really like it there or be liked there.
So tomorrow night, we'll find out if the Lakers have a top 3 pick, and my guess is statistically they have a chance they will.
I'd be stunned if they don't. I know statistically they're not supposed to, right?
No, they're
40-something% chance they keep it.
If they get 1, 2, or 3, they keep the pick. If they get 4, 5, 6, they're out.
Yeah, it's gone.
But what if the Lakers win? Now I want to throw this at you, Chris. They get number 1. It's 16%. It's not nothing.
No. Yeah.
What if they get? I would make the argument it's a trap because Lonzo's not the best college player. He is not the best college player. Ben Simmons.
He's sweet. I'm sold on Lonzo. But now, there's always a chance he won't pan out.
Markelle Fultz, they're saying, is Andrew Wiggins.
Why were they 9-22?
Because their coach got fired because he ain't great. Dude, he's had a lot of NBA
9-22, though?
So you would take Ball number 1?
I would take Ball in the heart. And I think Markelle Fultz, and most executives I've talked to like Fultz better.
Everyone I've talked to does.
Yeah, but I see him going into the league. I think a few years from now, he'll be 25 points, 7 assists a game, but not making his teammates better. I could see him being like a Damian Lillard, and I like Lillard, but they're not.
You're not making anybody better.
Deep, exactly, into the playoffs. So I could see Fultz being that type of player. I see Lonzo Ball, this is not new, a Jason Kidd type guy who makes everybody better. And to me, that's exactly what the Lakers need.
Ben Simmons or Lonzo Ball? Who's the better pro?
We haven't seen Simmons in so long. I was in love with Ben Simmons. This is the difference. Ball shoots much better. Much better.
So just say it.
Well, I like Simmons has it all. He just can't shoot. And his form's not broken, so maybe I think he can become a better shooter.
So if you're
Simmons
Magic,
was a better scorer.
So you're telling me if you got the number 1 pick, you're Magic, you take Ball?
Without question.
Wow.
If I'm Phoenix, I'm taking Ball. If Minnesota won't get it. If I'm Minnesota, I'm trading up to get the number 1 pick and Lonzo Ball. I know they won't do it. Tibbs wants a veteran. But this kid is just what they need in LA. They don't need another young hot shot who's going to go out there and be competing with Brandon Ingram and D'Angelo Russell to get his, which is what all due respect, a Markelle Fultz or anybody else in this draft is going to do. They need a unique player like, I'm not saying he's Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson, Penny Hardaway, Jason Kidd, a guy who gets off on getting other guys theirs, getting them involved, making Brandon Ingram the best player he can be, or Julius Randle or D'Angelo Russell. That's what I see in him. It's rare to get players like that, Colin. He's not going to take over a game with his scoring because it's tough for him to go off the dribble with that funny form. But he can shoot it if he's open. He can step back and hit a three.
He's long
He's
as hell.
athletic. He can finish at the rim, as you see there.
He's long.
Man.
He is long.
I like him. I would take him without question.
All right. Well, it's very exciting tomorrow. I got to tell you something. That ping pong lottery is fascinating. I will make.
Do you think Magic gets the number 1 pick?
I have a weird feeling Lakers are going to win it. Listen, they've been very lucky in this ping pong ball stuff. And you know why I want them to win it? Because if the Lakers win it, my audience will go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen envelope, Patrick Ewing. Not to mention Orlando
LeBron
and Cleveland.
Cleveland, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm rooting for the Lakers to win it because it'll create utter mayhem in the sports world.
And you like it, whether Ball is great or not, it's a great story. If he's a flop, it's still a great story.
Oh, no, he's the most interesting player.
Yeah.
I think the kid at Kansas now has been just washed over. I think
he's a tough one, too.
I think he's terrific.
Yeah, Josh
Jackson.
Like, if Boston could get him, well, if they get him.
I think he is Jimmy Butler, potentially. Like a
longer than Butler.
Yeah, I think the kid at Kansas is fantastic.
Yeah, he's tough. He's
going to be the guy in this draft that gets no publicity because it's going to be the kid at Washington and it's going to be Lonzo Ball and then you got all these Kentucky guys, De'Aaron Fox, and Josh is going to go like third and end up like 6 years from now like be the Kawhi Leonard of
that's a great
Jimmy
call.
Butler.
Yep.
Good seeing you, buddy.